Am I the asshole for texting my best friend late at night in bed when my husband was there?
Last night, me and my husband were both in bed, getting ready to settle for the night.
He was on his phone, asking me to order him something online as I have a free shipment on that website. I ordered him one item, and then while he was browsing the website I replied to a text my best friend from work, female, sent me.
He got angry saying that I can't even devote a few minutes to him. That it is wrong my best friend is texting me that late at night, etc. I said that I didn't do anything wrong. It's my best friend who he has met a few times. He asked me to see the texts from that day, counted my replies, 28, and asked if I were okay if he was texting someone so often, especially that late at night.
I said that he is crazy, that I'm allowed to have a best friend, female, and to text her as many times during the day as I want, even late at night. I would understand if he was upset over a male friend, but this is crazy. So am I the asshole for texting my best friend late at night in bed when my husband was there?
Oh my God, not the asshole.
You are absolutely allowed to text your best friend, or anyone for that matter, as much as you want. I could see if you're on your phone 24/7, at the dinner table, ignoring him during conversation, etc. Or if your phone is waking him up at night, but a side conversation reply while you're browsing a website sounds crazy to me.
Either there's something you aren't mentioning or your husband has some unresolved issues he needs to communicate to you.
Do you ignore him or prioritize others more than him often? Regardless, you need to clear the air and be honest and open with your feelings to see if you can work it out.
If he continues to be unreasonable, go to therapy or separate if this is a pattern.
I wonder if he's projecting something. He asked me to see the texts from that day. Here is the exact moment in which he transformed in your future ex-husband. Not the asshole. Also, your friend could be male, female, or an unisex talking banana. It doesn't matter at all. Not the asshole.
He clearly has trust issues if he's so insecure about you talking to your best friend that he demands to see all of your messages. You have every right to text your friends whenever you want to, apart from the obvious situations when it would be rude to text anyone outside of an emergency. And if he can't handle that, then that's a him problem, not a you problem.
You might want to take a step back and consider his behavior.
This is not a good thing.
1.
Is he projecting?
2. Are you withholding information? 3. Is he controlling in general? You can be friends with male, female, dog, bird, it doesn't matter. Text thread length shouldn't matter. Suman ain't right here. Too many missing details. You talk about this as a one-time occurrence. He's responding like it's a constant problem. The question is, do you regularly pay more attention to your phone than your husband? Am I the asshole for telling my best friend to sell his Bitcoin when it was worth $25,000?
I bought my best friend's son a Bitcoin for his first birthday back in the day when they were $400 in 2015.
I personally had been buying since 2012, so I knew about BTC earlier on. Anyway, since 2015, crypto went up to like $60K at some point and dropped back down. In 2023 I was worried his investment would drop even more. And since crypto is a risky investment, I suggested he sell because $25,000 is still a lot of money he could use for college one day, or just let it grow in a mutual fund. IDK. At that time I wasn't really selling any of my personal crypto. I told him exactly what I said above. It can go up to $100,000 or down to zero, but $25,000 was still lots of money. I didn't really pressure him to sell, and I told him I wasn't selling my own crypto. Anyway, he told me that made him start thinking about it endlessly, and then he sold it at $25K. This year it went back up to $70,000 and we are in bad relations. He told me his wife calls me the village idiot, and he's the village idiot's art-tard friend who could have been rich. They are about to go through a divorce, and he told me it's because I involved myself in their life. So we stopped talking. I was trying to do a good thing for my friend originally, and if you told me back in 2015 my $400 gift would turn into $25,000 one day, I would be so happy. But because of this situation I lost a friend, and I can see it from his viewpoint. AITA? Not the asshole. Can someone explain to me why a $100K is considered being rich, and $25K considered being poor? None of these amounts would grant you the freedom to drop your job or buy an expensive house. So you basically gifted someone $25K and he and his wife are calling you an idiot for that. Time to get some new friends if you ask me. Not the asshole. I get why he might be upset, but you never mislead him.
You were upfront that you weren't selling, and he's inexperienced with investing. You didn't pressure him and he weighed the risks on his own. He can regret his decision, but that's pretty much it. Besides, if it turned into zero, he'd be grateful that he sold. That's just how these things work. So, just to be clear, you're an asshole because you gifted the man $25K?
Not the asshole. Well, if a village idiot can make $25,000, I'd love to have a few of them making my decisions. He's an adult and made an adult decision. What you told him was true, you can't predict the future.
You also told him you weren't selling yours. Not only that, but it sounds like he wouldn't have bought any Bitcoin in the first place, so you basically gave him $25,000 and he's mad about it.
Not the asshole. I wouldn't say you're an AH. You gifted someone a $400 asset that turned into $25,000. That's a pretty nice fucking gift.
You did fuck up though by giving unsolicited advice to sell, especially because you yourself weren't selling.
It's a mistake to give someone financial advice like that. It very much has the potential to ruin relationships, as you found out.
Still, it was an unintentional fuck up and you had your friend's best interest at heart, so not the asshole. Am I the asshole for telling my husband he has to take the modifications out of his car? I, 36F, am married to 37M.
My husband has an older car that he bought a few months back just for the purpose of changing it.
I thought he was talking physical appearance, but I don't know what he added. But that car is not extremely loud, but it's loud. And he mostly drives it when he doesn't have anywhere to be. And when he doesn't have anywhere to be, he goes to the gym first thing in the morning.
He leaves for the gym at like 7:30, and his car sounds like someone attached a subwoofer to a broken muffler.
Yesterday, I told him he has to get rid of that, or at least find a way to turn it off if there is one. It's a nuisance not only to me, but probably to our neighbors too. Nobody, and I mean nobody, except the car guys, but no shade to them, you like what you like, wants to hear that.
He can do that on the main road, but not in a neighborhood. He said that it wasn't that loud, which kind of dismissed my whole point. Am I the asshole? I think I'm right here. Not the asshole. I'm a car guy too. If he didn't actually add anything to the car, swap the engine, etc., then most likely all he did was drill the muffler, or take part of the muffler cat out so it sounds fast, but without the proper engine it will just sound like rattling tin cans. For everyone's sake, have him replace what he took out or replace the muffler he drilled. There was a recent study at some Ontario university. Owners of loud vehicles test high on narcissism, sociopathy, and other antisocial tendencies. I hate to break it you darlin', but you married an asshole.
It doesn't matter what you or anyone else says. Nobody else matters in his world.
Not the asshole. I have a neighbor that gets home at 2 a.m. and their car is so loud it wakes me up every time they come home in the middle of the night. Lucky other neighbor reported it then and now don't have to deal with it anymore. Not the asshole, but your husband sure is.
People modding their cars to make them as loud as possible and annoy all the neighbors are so obnoxious.
Not the asshole.
I don't have an opinion on the car stuff very much. But as far as resolving this, I think it's important to keep in mind that it is a bad sign for your significant other to dismiss your concerns out of hand. You've come to him and said you're having a negative outcome from his actions. His first move is to say that you're not experiencing a bad outcome rather than seeking a solution that works for both of you.
Is this normal behavior for him? Is he always dismissive of your concerns? Not the asshole.
Getting everyone to notice his car and be disturbed is what he's going for. Yeah, my car's loud. What are you going to do about it?
I've walked among car people and learned their simple and primitive ways. Noise is a flex. He's got to let everyone know his car is the meanest and the baddest, and by extension, he's the meanest and the baddest. Total small dick energy.
Whoever mentioned the muffler with the butterfly valve for when you want to sound like you're a big man has the right idea. His amp also probably came with a little Bluetooth remote that lets him turn his sub off and on.
He's being loud because he wants to be. He's the asshole. Am I the asshole for requesting my mother find a different dress for my wedding?
Some context. I am getting married next June 2025, and I thought it would be nice for immediate family to have a color to wear, just so pictures look coordinated.
I've asked my mom and future mother-in-law to wear a sort of terracotta, rust red color.
I told them they can pick the dress, or can have a pattern, be any length. It doesn't even have to exactly match the color swatch. I showed them I don't care, just wanted everything to look cohesive in a red hue. I thought this was pretty straightforward, but my mom keeps sending me tons of dresses she's looking at to ensure they are the right color. Each time I tell her that as long as it's a reddish color, it's totally fine, just to let me know what she ends up picking.
She sent me a picture this morning, red dress with white top.
Opening parenthesis closing parenthesis dot.
And then called me to say this was the dress she was going to go with as long as the color was right. I told her the color was fine, but I would prefer that she didn't wear a dress with white. She seemed to take this well. She only had a couple comments like, "Well, I thought it was pretty," and "There aren't very many options." Now cut to this afternoon. I am talking again with my mom and she starts talking about the dress color again, saying she's very confused with the color I'm asking her to find. I told her again that I thought any red hue color would be perfectly fine. It wasn't a huge deal. She then told me that she really liked the dress she showed me earlier with the white because it broke up the dress. She said she felt like she needed the white top or else she would look like a menstrual cycle. I was a little taken aback that she was comparing the color to a period cold sweat smile. Anyway, I told her that I thought it would be nice if only I was wearing white, and that if she wanted to find a dress with a pattern that was fine, to break it up a little, but I would prefer that she didn't wear white. She came back telling me that it's okay to wear white as long as it's not a lot. Like a white shirt with a skirt would be okay. I told her again that I would prefer that she didn't wear white. She is now upset with me and being very passive-aggressive. Am I the asshole for not wanting her to wear white?
Even if it's just the top of the dress?
I feel like there are thousands of red dresses online to choose from. It shouldn't be hard to find one that is red and doesn't make you look like a period stain. I'm feeling upset with her, but maybe the not wearing white to someone's wedding is outdated and I should let it go? Please help.
Edit. I just want to add that my mother-in-law suggested that we pick a color for them to wear. She's an event planner and said it would make the family photos look very cohesive.
Also, I am not worried at all about my mom looking like a bride or upstaging me cold sweat smile. I just was thinking about the photos where we're all standing right next to each other.
Edit. I see all the comments saying it's bad taste to request Mob and Mog to wear specific colors.
So I texted my mom and future mother-in-law that they can wear whatever color they'd like.
My mom says she's gonna stay with the red, so she must like it?
Edit. Too long did not read. I am the asshole. I'm starting to think requiring my guests to wear tap shoes and top hats was a bad idea too. Heartbreak. NGL. No one is gonna mistake that for a wedding dress. I think you're overreacting a bit to this specific outfit. Men are gonna wear white shirts with their suits.
Slight YTA.
I also think a color scheme for family members is overkill unless they're in the wedding party. You are the asshole. It's mostly red. It's advertised as a mother of the bride dress. No one is going to ever confuse her with you. Let her wear it.
Well, I don't want to say you are the asshole, but I do think you're taking the whole
only the bride gets to wear anything white thing a bit, okay, a lot, too far.
Pretty much any dress with a pattern is going to have a background, right?
And oftentimes, that background will be white.
Some white, in my opinion, is perfectly acceptable.
Also, the link you provided even refers to the dress as a mother of the bride dress. So there's a smidgen of white on top. No one is going to clutch their pearls and faint at such a small amount in an otherwise red dress. Lighten up. It's a very nice dress. You are the asshole.
The dress she chose is beautiful and in no way will that amount of white get her mistaken for the bride, or have her upstage you. Edit. The description of the dress in the link literally calls it a mother of the bride dress.
You are the asshole. One should not wear an ALL white dress to someone else's wedding. Some white is fine. That dress is beautiful. One should also not demand that the moms wear a particular color. Info. What are you planning to do about all the men who will wear white tops?